Flagship phones are more expensive than ever, but as the high-end gets better, so too does the budget market. It's possible to buy a new handset under $250 and still get a phone capable of handling everything you throw at it. And here are the top 5 best budget Android phone of 2022 for you today. You can buy it at the link in the description below the video. Number 5. Xiaomi Poco M4 Pro 5G, starting from $160. At the cheaper end of the spectrum, budget phones usually compromise on one or more key specifications, but at a glance, the Xiaomi Poco M4 Pro 5G appears to have everything. A follow-up to last year's Poco M3 Pro 5G, it's got a huge 5,000 mAh battery that promises to see you through the day. A big 6.6 in Full HD Plus display with a 90Hz refresh rate. A camera with a 50-megapixel wide and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, up to 6 GB of memory, and up to 128 GB of storage, and all for a very low price, starting at $160. As the Poco M4 Pro 5G's name implies, 5G connectivity is thrown in too, meaning you can enjoy a faster browsing and streaming experience, provided you've got a compatible SIM and requisite network coverage. And some eye-catching finishes make this a compelling fit for those after a touch more fluidity in their user experience. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy A03s, $166. Samsung's gotten its budget phones down to a science. As such, the Galaxy A03s isn't a whole lot different from the Galaxy A02s that came before it. It's still got a 720-pixel LCD display at 60Hz, it's still got the same set of not very good cameras, and it's still running Android 11. But there are a few notable differences. Chiefly, while the Galaxy A02s had no fingerprint sensor, the A03s has one built into its power button, which means getting into the phone is less of a hassle. It's also got 3 GB of RAM. Samsung also made the switch from a low-end Snapdragon chipset to a low-end MediaTek one. That probably won't matter much for performance, though, and Samsung's still promising 4 years of quarterly security updates from the phone's US launch, which means it should stay secure into 2026. If you already have an A02s, the A03s probably isn't worth upgrading to. It goes for $160, which is $30 more than the A02's cost, and the most significant difference is the addition of a fingerprint sensor. But if you're on an older phone, that one difference will likely be worth buying the A03s over its predecessor. Number 3. OnePlus N20 5G, starting from $240. OnePlus might have lost some goodwill among Android diehards in recent years, but the company still makes a mean budget phone. The Nord N20 5G costs all of $299, but it still has decent performance thanks to its Snapdragon 695 chipset and 6 GB of RAM. It's got an IP52 rating, which means it'll survive some rain, and it charges up to 33 watts with the included charger. It also has a striking design for a budget device. It's got typical cheap phone problems. Its cameras are mediocre, and with an all-plastic body, build quality isn't stellar. But it's priced right, and they'll get Android 12 eventually, plus 3 years of bi-monthly security patches. That's more than a lot of phones in this price range offer. Officially, the phone is only fully compatible with T-Mobile. It's not certified for 5G on AT&T or any service at all on Verizon. But if you're on T-Mobile or AT&T, if you don't care about 5G, the N20 is a fantastic option. Number 2. Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, $446. Samsung's A53 5G has every chance to become its most popular phone if its Galaxy A52 5G predecessor is any indication, and with a good reason. Samsung lowered its starting price to just $449. First off, the Galaxy A53 comes with a premium look and feel to it. It also features a 6.5-inch display, Super AMOLED Plus Full HD, measures 159.9 by 74.7 by 8.1 millimeter, and weighs 189 grams. Furthermore, there's the quad camera setup featuring a 64-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, a 5-megapixel depth lens, and a 5-megapixel macro lens. Samsung retains the older model's IP67 rating for dust and water resistance, making it stand out from the competition. The new Exynos 1280 SoC delivers budget performance, so those looking for a good gaming phone will have to look elsewhere. Its 5,000 mAh battery lasts 2 days with casual use. Samsung does not offer a charger in the box, but the phone supports 25-watt fast charging. Charging speeds are slow when compared to the competition. Number 1. Google Pixel 6a, starting from $350. The Pixel 6 is an eye-catching phone for a few reasons. For one, the price impresses, with what's essentially a flagship phone clearly undercutting what you'd expect to be the rivals from Apple and Samsung. There's the design too, though. Dominated by a jutting camera bar, the Pixel 6 doesn't look like anything else on the market. Well, except its Pixel 6 Pro big brother. And the aesthetic is nothing if not divisive. It's pretty big and heavy too, so won't suit anyone hoping for a small phone. The Pixel 6 features a vibrant 6.4-inch AMOLED panel, complete with a 1040 by 2400 resolution and 90 Hz refresh rate. This should mean output should be rather smooth and colors look especially great. You'll also be getting a beefy 4,614 mAh battery to offer you some good battery life, and a dual 50-megapixel and 12-megapixel camera that should be able to get you some radar-detailed shots indeed. Inside, you'll find their all-new Google Tensor chip and 8 GB of RAM, which should be snappy enough for both day-to-day tasks and any more intense tasks you want to put the phone through. A choice of either 128 GB or 256 GB of storage also gives you loads of capacity to store any apps or photos or videos you take.